Hello and welcome back to the channel. Imagine a scenario where two forces collide. Now, always in such cases, either one prevails and then the other one is defeated. There might also be another option where a stalemate is formed when the two opposing forces are equal in strength, are equal in capacity and in power. They also came with equal momentum, so therefore a stalemate results. But there is also still a third option. What happens is sometimes the two forces coming together can then diverge in a particular direction and then create what is called a resultant force. Now, usually in physics, a resultant force happens when the two forces then change direction, all right? However, this is not a physical lesson. We're still talking all things a business, and we're looking basically at what is happening in the modern business landscape, where businesses are faced with so many challenges. One of these challenges is a choice whether to be only profit-oriented businesses that pursue profit as an objective and profit alone, or businesses that decide to get involved in creating value using social responsibility. Now, in this case, we're looking at what happens if profits collides with purpose. What is the result when businesses decide to choose purpose as well as profits in their day-to-day operations as a strategic goal? In this video, we're going to look at balancing purpose with profit, the power of social responsible investments. This is results-oriented preparation, where early preparation equals excellent results. Thank you for tuning in. Do like, share the videos, and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Often in their pursuit of their strategies, businesses are usually faced with certain challenges. One of those challenges is to answer this dilemma. The dilemma is what to choose between profits or purpose. Sometimes it's a clear-cut answer, sometimes it's not. It depends exactly on what businesses are focusing on. But oftentimes it seems like it's difficult to choose both of them. Either businesses want to be known as socially responsible businesses, yet others really focus on their stakeholders or their shareholders in trying to generate the profit that they have promised to investors as well as shareholders. So therefore, this becomes a dilemma exactly in convincing those stakeholders whether to become a business that pursues social responsible investments. The second question is there any connection between profits and purpose? If there is at all, of what benefit does that bring to a business? So business often need to go back to their stakeholders and convince them that social responsibility is a strategy worth pursuing. The third then becomes the issue of cost. We know that to pursue initiatives in social responsibility or social responsible investments, there are certain costs that needs to be incurred. Now, whenever stakeholders hear cost, oftentimes their ears, somehow they get deaf. Usually, the word that rings true to them is always profit, 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 profit. But it's always also worth noting that wherever costs are incurred, if there are costs that are directed at worthwhile initiatives, these will always bear fruit in terms of profitability. So in trying to answer these questions, I'm going to refer you to an article that I saw from the Harvard Business Review. Now, in this business review, there were 5 critical points that they spoke about. The title of the article was "The Type of Socially Responsible Investments That Make Firms More Profitable: Social Responsibility versus Profitability." We're not going to go through the entire 5 points that were listed in this article, we're just going to look at one, and that point is materiality matters. Materiality matters look at the impact of social responsibility on profitability, right? Basically, whether social responsible investments can lead a business into profitability, or can these coexist or run concurrently at the same time as a business strategies, profitability on one side and social responsibility on the other, or social responsibility contributing into the profitability of the business. Material ESG factors are environmental, social, and governance aspects that have a significant impact on the company's operations, reputation, and long-term success. Firms focusing on material ESG factors tend to perform better financially because of a number of factors. Now, we're going to look at these factors. The first factor that we're going to focus on is called risk mitigation. Now, when you're talking about risk mitigation in line with material ESG, you're basically looking at how a business or a company can mitigate risk in terms of environmental issues. For instance, maybe floods, drought, climate change in general. We saw in this year, 2024, the floods that happened in Dubai. What kind of strategies did the companies put in place to mitigate such risk? We also focus on issues such as resources, for instance, labor and so forth. How can a business mitigate risk that come from such aspects in the business or from such resources, issues that relate to labor? How can the business reduce that particular risk to make sure that they become profitable? Now, in most cases, businesses that have these kind of policies in place where they are mitigating such risk, the chances of profitability increase exponentially. This favors then focus on material ESG as a viable goal to pursue in order to contribute to the profitability of the business. The second one is cost efficiency. Now, when we're looking at cost efficiency, it is true that businesses that reduce their costs will always increase their profits, because obviously profits are coming from revenue. Remember, profit equals to revenue minus cost. So the higher the cost, the lesser the profit. So in many cases, material ESG will always lead to a scenario where there is cost efficiency. This means that the business is incurring as little cost as possible. A scenario that I can think of from the top of my head is the issue of using green energies. For instance, adopting solar, wind power to propel the energy of a business. Now, if this is the case, these are once off costs. For example, you install solar panels once off, maybe maintenance here and there. But the fact that the energy is renewable in nature, the renewable nature of the energy ensures that the cost of energy or your energy costs remain low, so that your profitability becomes bigger and bigger in the long term. The third one is access to capital. It is true that nowadays a lot of businesses, investors, financiers, consumers are becoming more and more tuned towards a social responsibility and sustainability products. Now, going green always attracts the right kind of investors, the right kind of stakeholders that will even increase scale for a business. And when such scale increases, it also means that profitability becomes something that is doable for that particular business. The fourth is a reputation and brand value. As I said earlier, more and more consumers are becoming sustainability driven, meaning that they are looking for alternatives, alternative products, alternative services that promote environmental sustainability, because more and more people are buying into the idea that this planet needs taking care of. Now, such kind of consumers are people that will be loyal to your brand. If they are loyal, it means that you are getting people buying your particular good or your service every time you put up those goods. Therefore, in terms of reputation, you are known by your particular market as a business that is social responsible. And being a business that is social responsible means that you will always get this right kind of support from your particular customer. So therefore, this supports that social responsibility can aid profit making. And the fifth but not last is long-term perspective. It's obvious that in the short term, any social responsible initiatives will require business to invest immensely into putting processes, into putting equipment, policies, hiring, as well as training the right kind of staff to make sure that this is done and done properly. So in the short term, the cost will be a little bit higher. Yes, a business will increase or will find an increase in cost in that particular short term. However, the long-term benefits will always outweigh the short-term cost. Obviously, what the business has shown in terms of making their employees more tuned towards social responsibility, meaning reducing waste and stuff like that, at the end of the day, this will pay dividend to the business, as the business will also reduce costs and become more and more profitable the longer they implement such social responsible investment or initiatives. I'm interested to hear from you exactly what sort of social responsible initiatives or investments are you considering or are you implementing in your business. If you own your own business or if you are a business executive, what sort of initiatives or strategies have been adopted for the business that you are working with? Or if you're a scholar, what have you read about, or what are you considering maybe researching about in as far as this topic is concerned? Is there a true balance between purpose and profits? I hope you liked this video. Please do comment, leave any suggestions on where you want this discussion to move from this point. I'm also considering bringing you the rest of the issues that were raised in that Harvard Business Review article in the upcoming videos. This is results-oriented preparation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.